Motion to designate city manager to pursue professional service agreement in order to begin negotiations for the Palmia Qualified Hotel project.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item 6 is the consent agenda. There's only one item in the consent agenda. It's the regular meeting minutes from February. Do you have a motion to approve, or does anyone have any corrections? Suggestions?
No. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none. Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, move on to items from consideration. 7B, resolution accepting and approving the annual financial report for the year ending September 30th, 2025, as presented by ABIP Independent Audit Firm, directing the finance director to cause a summary of said audit to be published in the official newspaper of the city, and copies of the audit placed on file in the city secretary's office as public record as directed by provisions in the Home Rule Charter.
Happy that it is March and I'm standing in front of you guys with our audit presentation. This is the first time since Harvey that it has been done in a timely manner. Of course, the state helped push that along, but I have Selena Jones here with ABIP out of San Antonio to do the presentation on the annual financial report.
All
Good
right,
job.
please come up. Great
All
job.
right.
Thank you very much. My name is Selena Jones. I'm with ABIP. I'm here to give a brief presentation on your financial report from September 30th, 2025. The partner on the engagement was Janet Pittman. I you've met her a few times. She's not able to be here this year, so I'm here. So I have a little PowerPoint presentation. It's very brief, but if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to go over any of the information. Okay, so this is a snapshot as of September 30th, 2025.
Fran, how do you get it to forward? There we go.
Set it up. Okay. What's in the annual financial report? There's several different sections. There's the independent auditor's report, which contains our opinion. There's management's discussion and analysis. There's the government-wide financial statements, as well as the fund financial statements. The fund financial statements are kind of what you're used to looking at. We convert those to government-wide, adding in your long-term assets and liabilities. So your debt and your capital assets. That's the difference between the two sets of financial statements. And there's reconciliations in your financial statements to tie the two together. There's also notes to the financial statements to give you some context for some of those numbers. There's required supplementary information, some other supplementary information that you choose to include, as well as compliance section. The independent auditor's report, which contains our opinion, is on page 1 through 3. The audit standards that we follow are generally accepted auditing standards in the U.S., as well as government auditing standards and uniform guidance. The purpose of our audit was to form an independent opinion on whether the financial statements are presenting in accordance to GAAP. And in our opinion, was unmodified, meaning that's the best opinion that we can give for an audit. There were no qualifications or modifications to our opinion. So good, clean audit. In the management's discussion and analysis, that's something that's presented by the city. It includes financial highlights that are current, for the existing year. There's an overview of the financial statements. There's some analysis of both sets of financial statements, so both the government-wide and the funds level. Gives you some really good information on how to read the financial statements and what they mean. There's also information on the capital assets and debt, those long-term assets and liabilities that I was speaking about. It also gives the reader information on how to get additional information. I'm going to go over just some brief financial highlights. I'm going to start with the government-wide. Assets of the city exceeded its liabilities, and we call that net position, by 157.9 million. And again, this is as of September 30th, 2025. So it's a snapshot of that day. It's divided into two separate types of activities. There's government operations as well as your business type, which are your utilities, the harbor, gas, sanitation. And the governmental activities, your net position at year end was 111.9 million, and the business type activities was 46 million. Your net position increased in 2024 by 9.9 million from the prior year, meaning your revenue overall was 9.9 million in excess of your expenses. In the governmental activities, that was 7.3 million net position. And increase, but it was an increase of 7.3 million. It's primarily due to increase in sales tax, franchise fees, things like that, property taxes, investment earnings. Your business type activities increased by 2.6 million. It was increased primarily due to an increase in charges for services for those utility services. Now I'm just going to talk about the fund level. The total fund balance as of year across all funds was 58.2. The unassigned portion of that was 14.9. And 12.5 of that was in the general fund. So in the general fund alone, you had about 9 months of operating reserves sitting there at the end of the year. You also have some restricted fund balance. You have 40.2 million, and that is a fund balance that's restricted for a specific purpose. 28.7 is the construction fund, 8 million is an economic development fund, 1.4 is public fire, safety and fire, 1.6 culture and recreation, and 519,000 was in debt service. So all those funds are set aside and they can't be used for regular operations. Speaking about the general fund by itself, the ending fund balance was 13.8 million, which was this 1.7 million decrease from prior year. Revenues were 15.1 million, which was a slight decrease from prior year. And then you can see there kind of a breakdown of some of the other increases and decreases for different types of revenue. Expenditures were 17.1 million, which was a 1.5 million increase over prior year, small increases across departments according to the approved budget. And there was a small transfer out of the general fund into the street maintenance fund. If we talk about the business activities, these are your proprietary funds, the gas, harbor, and sanitation. You had the year with 30.1 million net position in the gas fund. You have a deficit of 1.8 million in the unrestricted portion, and you have a net investment in capital assets of 13.9. The harbor fund net position was 15.6 million, which was a 1.8 million decrease from prior year. And you can see the breakdown between the unrestricted amount and the net investment of capital assets. Sanitation fund net position was 271,000, which was a slight decrease from prior year. And you can see the breakdown between those two again. There's also the compliance section in the back. We also did a single audit because you spent over $1 million in federal expenditures in the year. So we did do single audit. It was the same grant that we tested previously, the disaster grants, and there were no findings. There were no material weaknesses in internal controls. There were no findings or questions or cost. And we determined that the city had complied with all specific requirements to that specific grant. And when we did issue our opinion, there's 2 letters in the back related to those. And also one thing that I haven't noted, but you were in compliance with the Public Investment Act. So all of your investment requirements were complied with. Again, my name is Selena Jones. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. This is the final draft that you have. And once you approve it, we'll issue the absolute final report. And that's it. I don't have anything else. I do. Jill?
We have, obviously, we haven't had a chance to review.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that we're going 5 minutes. All you get is 5 minutes to go through it.
You know, overview sounds great, but yeah.
We got
Yeah,
it done in March, though.
No, this is a very.
I know.
nice
It's very
final draft.
impressive. Great job, Darla, and your team
Yes.
and the audit
Yes.
team to making that happen. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive. I mean, we can make a motion if y'all so choose, even
Yeah.
though you haven't had a lot of time to review. But yeah,
This year by March 28th, it's within 180 days of your fiscal year end. And it doesn't necessarily have to be approved. It has to be filed with the city secretary
Okay.
within 180 days. I think that's a lot of.
And we're dating our opinion as of today.
yes.
Well, the opinion's a big plus, and then the 9 months of operating reserves
Mhm.
is still a positive, so. Sounds, just from your overview, thank you for the
Yeah.
slide presentation.
Yeah, it was pretty standard audit. There wasn't really anything that we determined that we needed to kind of highlight.
That's very good.
And even after, like, if you want to send us questions, then
Right.
we'll have it with some questions.
Okay, well. The resolution is to approve the audit, so if someone's inclined.
Motion to accept and approve the annual financial report for the year ending September 30th, 2025 is presented by ABIP Independent Auditing Firm, directing the finance director to cause a summary of said audit to be published in the official newspaper of the city and copies of the audit placed on file in the city secretary's office as public record, as directed by provisions in the Home Rule Charter.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt.
Yes.
Chairperson Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
Okay, item C, discuss and take action on a major replat plan 26-3 of Los Brisas subdivision.
Come on up, Nicole.
So this one was originally approved in 2023. They came back with a set of civil plans at the end of last year that showed some differences in what they had originally approved and what they were trying to get approved through our civil plans. So I explained to them that if they wanted to maintain those changes, they had to go through the process again, and they did, and they moved forward with that and presented a plan that was very similar to the first one with some few minor changes, which also included a stairway easement on the front two lots close to 11th Street that would just allow them to build closer than we allow by standard setbacks and by what was approved in 2023. Tried to talk them out of that. They were very resolute in their decision to move forward with it. So when this came to P&Z, it actually came with a motion to not approve from staff, a disapproval from staff. At that meeting, their engineer did say, hey, what if we take these stairway easements out? I said, if you guys do that, then staff recommends approval. So at that meeting, they did take that out. So planning and zoning passed this subject to the stairway easements being removed. So if you guys wanted to move forward with it, you would have to approve it that same way. Really, the only differences between and the very first plat that you have with this agenda item is what was originally approved in 2023. Really, the only major difference is that they shifted that lot line between lot 4 and 5. In the review process, we added a utility easement that AEP requested that the applicants had no real problem adding. So that just kind of made the plat better as well. So staff recommends approval with the
Exception.
removal of the stairway easement from the first two lots.
And then AEP had some concerns in the beginning with.
They did, but they added that
Exception.
easement
So-
in for AEP, and that's in the revision. And so that is all taken care of. So staff recommends approval. Planning and zoning voted to approve, subject to the removal of the stairway easement.
Any questions? Any other questions? Any other discussion?
Motion to approve the major replat of the Las Brisas subdivision contingent upon the stairway easements being removed from lots 1 and lots 11.
I'll
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt.
Yes.
Chairperson Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item D, discuss and take action to confirm that the beach front dune protection permit plan 2543 is consistent with the city's coastal management plan for the proposed construction of a single-family residence and driveway. Applicant is MDW Financial Limited. Property location is 3014 on the beach.
So this student permit is the lot that is immediately adjacent to Sand Dollar City on the beach, owned by MDW. Some of you guys might know Bubba and Tracy Myers, who own that property. So this house is actually placed in a pretty good location where there's very minimal impacts due to the house. Major impacts are going to be from that access path up and over. So it's about 600, a little over 650 cubic yards of impacts that they mitigate for. Property will have septic and, well. City engineer looked over it. There were some minor adjustments that were made. He recommends approval. GLO's letter is in there as well. City staff also recommends approval.
Is this for just the access or is it for everything?
For everything.
It just said the swimming pool needs to go more landward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And where's the septic field?
I do Chloe Norton with.
Hello, Chloe.
Engineer is
How are
here
you?
And waited patiently.
Oh,
during that
Yes, yes, you
discussion.
did.
Right, it's
So she
right,
is
right
not-
behind, right behind the house there. Okay.
And it's, we have the appropriate spacing between the septic system and the water well per TCEQ.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the septic system, it kind of avoids that really big dune ridge right to the backside of it that you can
Yes.
see.
They did a great job.
Okay, right.
And the pool is right on that erosion
Mhm.
line, and there is potential that they will not construct that pool also, but the GLO found that acceptable.
Yeah. So their house, it looks like it'll be even pretty much with where the Sandal
Yeah,
City
kinda
houses are,
split.
right? Yeah.
It's slightly further forward in that low area.
Mhm.
Kind of sits like in here.
Mhm.
They, I think a little bit further
Wait,
forward.
there's the blue line.
Mhm.
Oh, it's actually even with the front. No, that's pretty
It's
close.
kind of in the middle of where the other ones are, but.
That blue line,
It's just a steep road.
that blue line goes right through there.
And the road was designed to meet the needs of the fire trucks to be able to enter and then reverse back out. So the vertical curve that was designed is designed with that in mind. So they won't have any issues driving up in there.
I think they should just go through Sandal City.
They sure could.
Just say that you just.
I think they need to get a little, little
Thank you.
agreement there, because it'd probably be a whole lot easier if they just went up there.
Do you know
Yeah.
how many times I've gotten stuck right there
I'm
because of all
sure.
the sand that's
Well, the vertical
neat.
curve also helps save some of the dunes and
Uh-huh.
it also prevents some seawater coming up in there as well. So it was a win-win for everybody.
Okay. Well, we haven't seen one of those in a while.
I know.
Do you have any other questions for Nicole or for Chloe? How's the baby?
He's doing really good.
Good.
Thanks for-
Good, yeah, that's
It's
my
good to
question.
see you.
Good, nice to see you. Okay, all right, any other questions? No?
Aye.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so in this motion, because the summary doesn't necessarily list the property or just says beachfront protection permit is consistent with city's coastal management plan, should the property be stated, or do we just stick with the,
The property location?
Definitely say the plan number.
okay, so just say the plan number.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, 25-43.
Motion to confirm that the beachfront dune protection permit plan 25-43 is consistent with the city's coastal management plan for the construction of a single family residence and driveway.
There you go.
Second. All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item E, resolution accepting the certificate of unopposed candidates by the city secretary and declaring that all candidates are unopposed in the May 2nd, 2026 general election and hereby elected to their respective office, authorizing the cancellation of said election and providing other matters relating to said general election.
Good evening. So the filing period for the May 2nd, 2026 general election closed on February 13th. We had all of our incumbent mayor and council file for a position on the city council. We did not have any write-in candidates, so they usually give a period after the filing closes for our write-in candidates to apply. We had none. Under the Texas Election Code, when all candidates are unopposed, the council may certify that all candidates are elected to their respective positions and cancel the election. We are requesting to approve the resolution to cancel the election. And There will be no additional financial expenses, only for maintenance for our equipment for this year. Any
Congrats, guys.
questions?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You guys are-
2 more years.
Thank you.
They don't have to approve anything.
They need to approve the
Oh, they
resolution.
do.
Yes.
This will be a motion.
Well, you're a winner, so I'll do it.
Yeah, I don't feel right.
Motion to
Making this
accept. Motion to accept the certification of unopposed candidates by the city secretary and declaring that all candidates are unopposed in the May 2nd, 2026 general election and hereby elected to their respective office, authorizing the cancellation of said election and providing other matters relating to said general election.
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? Hearing that,
Already second.
was that discussion?
Oh, no.
Okay. Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Schneider,
Yes.
Chairperson Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thanks again, guys, for the re-upping.
Yeah. All right, item F, resolution award request for qualifications RFQ for the engineering professional services for the city of Port Aransas Community Development Block Grant CDBG Drainage Improvement Project, authorizing expenditure of funds from fiscal year 2025-2026, construction fund account 200, capital outlay account 69440, and authorizing city manager to negotiate the contract agreement and act as the city's authorized representative in all matters related to the award and execution of the contract. Hello, Rob.
Evening, everybody. Rob, let me give a quick history. Okay. So the city received, this is our second grant, CDBG grant through the general land office. The first one came kind of no strings attached. It was easy to get. It was about 5 million plus. The second one relied on your city having LMI, low to moderate income, and the COG voted to, instead of doing a regional LMI, which everyone in the zone would have easily got the money assigned to them, they chose to do it city by city. So even though we tried to petition them to do it county or COG wide. So we did not get these funds at first. We had to wait. And if there were leftover funds from the other cities that could have scarfed up our money, if at the end of the day of 3 years later, it was still around, we could reapply for it. So that's what happened. 3 years went by. It did not get used up by any of the other entities that did have the LMI qualification. So it became available again. We met with the general land office about it's been,
Oh, God.
the recent one? Yeah. I mean, it's been what, 7 months when we
When they
it was
decided
back
to
in
come back
August that we
around
Bought for the
and
money.
said, okay,
Or maybe it was, yeah.
yeah,
No, it was way
definitely-
before that.
yeah, I think it was,
Right. So anyway, so we're back. We're good. We've done the preliminary, got it to the GLO. This step, what we just did was we went out to RFQ for design professional services. So turn it over to Rob.
Okay, city advertised, as required a couple times. We got 2 responses. Actually, I don't have the names of the companies that responded.
HDR.
HDR and
TRC.
PRC. PRC is out of Seguin.
Yeah, just east of San Antonio.
Yeah.
And HDR's, Corpus Christi. We received those 2 proposals on time. And the city, voted on, the 2 firms.
The review team, yeah.
The review team, and I believe you probably had the results of those reviews.
Mhm.
Is there anybody here from the other firm? The HDR? but-
No,
HDR here.
Okay.
HDR is here. They just had a lot more coastal qualifications and being local, it was a
Yeah,
good
that's what
fit.
I made
Yeah.
some notes about too, we've learned it's nice to have somebody local and with coastal experience, I think.
And this grant has no match.
Yeah.
I like to say that.
Thank you.
Like I
We
said,
like
Ronald
hearing it.
promised to put me on a Christmas card list because of that. and I did not get a Christmas card, just saying.
Oh, are you sad?
100% grant, yes.
Cool.
Well, we appreciate the gentleman from HDR showing up to be here.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much, and it'll be a pleasure to work with you guys, a new group.
You're excited.
4 drainage projects, $5,385,600. 100% money. I'm not sure how much environmental work. I was talking recently about it, but next month I'll have a picture of the 4 projects. They're all the city limits.
Be nice to see a picture.
Okay. So what's the timeframe on design before we go to bid for construction?
Mm,
I have to schedule with.
month or two, guys? No, it's probably,
Really gonna put you to the test.
I would say
Starting Monday.
8 months plus or minus a couple. Plus, it depends on permitting too.
Permitting and environmental.
Yeah, environmental
Oh,
is
yeah.
gonna be the kicker.
That's a
That's
big
kind of the unknown.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's when it'll rain, right?
yeah, probably.
Sorry.
All right, do y'all have any other questions? Okay. So we have,
I'll
A
make a
motion?
motion to approve a resolution awarding request for qualifications for engineering professional services for City of Port Aransas CDBG drainage improvement projects to HDR Engineering Incorporated, authorizing expenditure of funds from fiscal year 2025 to 2026. Construction Fund Capital Outlay Account Number 200-69440.
Second.
all right. Any discussion? All right, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, wonderful.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks for
Looking
being
forward to it.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Sure.
Please do.
Made you sit outside for a long time.
I know, yeah.
First
At least you get to talk. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now that
I
we've
said, at least you
agreed,
can speak.
please introduce our new
Yeah.
friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for voting on HDR. I don't know if y'all recognize me. I've worked for the city of Port Aransas for the last 5 years.
Mhm.
Was involved in pretty much every project. So I'm very excited to come back and work with City of Port Aransas with an even stronger team. We had some gentlemen, our stormwater business line lead, Dwayne Derrick, was the first gentleman right here, came all the way from Houston today.
Oh,
Dwayne.
thank you.
Sam Saldivar is our regional civil team lead. And David Broyles is actually a Port Aransas resident
He is.
and a waterfront structural engineer. So
Very good. Yeah.
HDR is very, very excited to work with City of Port Aransas, and we're going to do a great job for you guys.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, you guys.
We believe
Thank
that.
you for
Thank
being
you guys
here.
very much
Yeah.
for being here.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Anthony.
Yeah. Thank you. I know.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Russell.
I really like that they have an in-house environmental team.
Mhm.
Yes.
All the
I see
environmental
that.
requirements. Very, very helpful.
They were impressive. They were very.
So just so you guys know, so
Mhm.
what I'm doing now is for any larger project, I'm
Oh.
going out to RFQ to,
Okay.
instead of just going with one firm like we've done in years past. So
Oh, I like
I'm going with, put out an RFQ. Let's see who the best team we can get that has the best availability, the best team. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So you just saw that tonight. That was
that. No, I
result
think
of that
that's a
Mhm.
good
thought.
plan.
Good.
Mhm. I like that.
Yeah.
Interesting, the response was only 2.
Yeah, and we
Yes.
called and we got the
Mhm.
word out. It was in the plan rooms. It was, it was.
Yeah. But that's good. Sounds like we got a
Yeah,
great choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
All right, item G, presentation from Broadus and Associates and Del Sol Consulting regarding Hurricane Harvey recovery progress and updates. All right, Rob,
Okay,
exciting stuff to tell us, I know.
I have good stuff. We'll start in order in your packet, starting with the public safety building. I call it the PSB. They're working on the punch list items, no big logistics issues. A couple of big things came in recently, like the bullet resistant doors on the county side. And more importantly, this week, the improved locks, cores for the jails. That came in a couple of days ago, is being installed tomorrow. They went and picked it up themselves instead of waiting on delivery. So some big logistic issues been handled. All inspections have been passed, including the final inspection. And as of about 2 or 3 hours ago, the city's planning and building department issued a temporary.
Whoa, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Get one day too, Daniel.
So that means is.
We all need a copy. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So happy to get that on there.
Yes.
Initial meetings and all that, back when I had
Oh,
a
my
lot of
God.
hair and no gray hair. We finally.
Before you
we finally
lived in
get-
Fort A?
That means is, we have 30 days to get the, certificate of occupancy and then knock out the punch item list. Chief can start moving his stuff in the building now. So, but you can't just move in there and start
Right.
occupying it. The schedule is, well, we got TCO so you can move in, but 3 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. Tuesday, March 31st is when Chief has got 3 or 4 hours to move his dispatch and his operations, if you will, over to the new building. And that's when he basically will. be-
That's basically dispatch, the guts.
The brains of the building. He'll be moving stuff in and out there. Now, the temporary modular buildings will still have power until Monday, 6th April, because he has some evidence over there and things like that, so he can't, get rid of the building just yet. So we are contacting the power company to cut power on 6th April, and Chief's gonna be totally out of that building. It's only gotta be a room cleaned, they called it. And they are going to move that building sometime that week. No
Yeah, they
further-
come in and pick up all the modulars.
It's probably gonna fall
Complete
apart
to
when
the
they try to
sixth.
build.
Yeah, kind of looking today and,
mean-
yeah.
No, those guys are good, man.
Can we?
They'll have that out of there and recycled and back in use in a month.
So two
You'll
different.
be living in those things.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so
West
excited
Texas.
about this.
Yeah, the
And-
modular trailer
and-
company, one company is
Okay.
on, probably on Wednesday, the 8th. But the the generator might leave a few days before that, so the city will quit paying for those things, starting 6th April. They've been very expensive. The county will start moving their stuff in there on Friday, the 27th. So,
Ribbon cutting is still.
20,
Like in 2 days?
20.
No, 28th of April.
Tuesday, 28 April
Oh,
is
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday, 28.
when the bouillons are flying in.
Oh, I'm glad we set that.
Well,
up.
we're still,
Oh,
might have a day or two to tweak it.
okay.
What?
Now, when the trailers and generators are
You're not
gone,
gonna be here?
No, that's the day they need because they leave on Tuesday.
They leave on Tuesday. We need Monday.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk, Rob, later.
okay.
Okay.
Um, where was that?
I know.
When the trailers and generator are gone, the thing is, it's gonna start phase 2, which means they're gonna level it out and make a parking lot. Victory's told me they expect 6 to 8 weeks and parking lot to be done. So PSB will hopefully.
The new parking lot, where the
Where the.
current,
Oh, I know, but
Yeah.
it,
6 to 8 weeks for a parking lot.
April 28th. So
we're gonna give them 2 weeks.
oh no, it's gonna be, it's the Monday. It's the 27th.
That'll be the ribbon cutting?
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll talk tomorrow.
okay.
It's like
27th.
when Bouillon's family's all.
Yes, they're here that Monday.
So we're feeding them that day.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Okay, so just to be some punch item lists, especially landscaping and things like that, and some of the stuff inside. But like I said, all the inspections have passed, and that's why we got a TCO, so won't be perfect just yet, but Chief will be in there. Moving on to the gas building, we're also, it's much simpler building, really nothing to it, but they're working punch list items now. There's no big logistics issues. The plumbers are 90% complete. The ceiling tile basically complete, but it's not 100% yet. The flooring ceiling is completed. It's basically a stained concrete. I think it looks good for that type of building. The appliances have been installed. That's complete, and it's passed the recent MEP inspection, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. They are trying to get shooting for the TCO being issued on Friday, 3 April. Moving on to the fire station. The waterproofing continues on the exterior. When you see a bunch of blue walls, stuff like that, that's not the color of the building. That's waterproofing. And they are pretty much done with the waterproofing. They're doing the window frame installations in progress. It's about 80% complete, framing the windows and waterproofing those also. They're continuing with electrical, HVAC, and plumbing installation. No issues, no logistics, anything like that. Everything's going fine at the fire station. And they are trying to, supposedly, I've been told by Victory, that it'll be done 12 June. The gas system, moving on to the gas system. Last month I said, they were done with meters, and they were done with meters, which y'all saw them doing work on the meters. They were changing the risers. Pipes going in and out. Some of those were old risers because logistically stuff was coming in when this project started. It was a mess. Logistics issues. So they changed the meters, no risers and all that. So they go back and actually change the risers, even though the meters were there. So that's what y'all were seeing. The only meters changed before the last meeting was 12, I believe, January. And there was only 2 meters left. And there were 2 large meters, one for coaches and one for the pool. And those 2 meters have been swapped out. So there's absolutely no meters, but they are going around and changing some risers out because some of them are too short. The risers have to be 24 inches and the meter
Clear.
of 20 off the bottom, and the meters have to be at least 16 inches off the ground. So they're going back and making, and some of them are leaning and stuff like that. So they're changing some risers out. So that's why it looks like they're working on meters, but all the meters are done. And supposedly, it looks like I talk to Hector every day, most every day. He's the lead for Equix. They expect to be done doing the physical work in 2 or 3 weeks. They're down to like 3 or 4 trucks and 5 or 6 people doing the physical work y'all see running around.
They're doing the streets, a lot of street stuff.
Yeah, they're patching some concrete
Mhm.
and patching some asphalt, and they're doing landscape repair and some risers here and there. So his crew was like a quarter what it was. And he expects 2 to 3 more weeks of physical work, and then it's just tons of paperwork for 2 or 3 months doing the closeout with urban engineering and the city. So the gas system, physical work should be done by next meeting. So we're getting.
When did we
into the
start that?
Hurricane projects.
24, or did we start 23? Yeah,
Gosh, I don't remember.
right. It's been 2+ years, right?
Oh, yeah. But that's by far the most expensive hurricane recovery project, 24 million or something like that. Next month, I'll explain the upgrades that the city received because it's different type of piping. It can take more pressure, so the city can expand much easier. In fact, it was at capacity. We'll talk about that next meeting. It's a real good thing that the entire system has been replaced with modern materials.
Yes.
Moving on to Public Works Garage. They're also waterproofing. They got the cinder block, and then they did waterproofing. Then they got a thermal layer, 2 or 3 inches of foam stuff. And you've probably seen what's called a face brick is going up now. It's kind of a white brick. So that's the big thing that's going on now. Also, if you've noticed, you probably haven't noticed if you remember the rendering, a lot of the work is the planters. The entire sides of the south side, east side, southeast and west, the entire building is covered by this huge plant, not covered, but surrounded by this huge concrete plant. A lot of work, really deep. Has taken many weeks, and that is being formed up now, and they're pouring it the outside part next week. So it's gonna be a good looking building. That's been a lot of work, and that's the main effort right now is planter forming and the rebar and all that. The inspections are ongoing. There's been no issues with the inspections. There's no delays, and the Public Works Garage is pretty much on schedule. And is supposed to be, they just had some weather delays approved. So the date I slipped a little bit from the last one I told you. With those new weather days, the completion date is scheduled, Victory has told me, 22 July. And pending any questions, that concludes my brief.
It's great news. Very
Mhm.
positive
Getting there.
stuff.
Sleeping a little bit better.
All right, thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
All right. Item H, resolution approving change order number 18 for the City Hall Civic Center renovation project with Weber Jacobs Constructors, is that correct? Inc. In the amount of $195,216 for the exterior stucco and painting. Funding from the fiscal year in 2025-2026 general fund account 50, capital outlay account 66320, and facility fund account 115, capital outlay account 66320. And authorizing the city manager to sign all documents associated with said change order.
Okay, so we do have our team here. Weaver and Jacobs and Jody from Turner Ramirez. This diagram here is kind of spells everything out the best. So if you guys recall, in the original bid that we approved that the repair ethos was, I think, $18 a square foot or unit price. Yeah. So, and that's exactly what this comes out to be. And so what's in this picture are the 4 elevations of the Civic Center City Hall complex. The green is,
So basically that is to make the old look like the new.
right, that's right.
That makes
Green is like the entire front, so it's scraping down the existing stucco.
Mhm.
You call that ephes or is it stucco?
It's
Or is it
stucco
different?
or like a plaster type of.
Right,
finish.
so everything on the front and up high, and gets new
Coatings.
coatings. So everything along Cutoff Road up high that's old, that's gonna be new. That's gonna be green in these drawings. And if you've seen the ephes that they've done on the admin side, it's like really good work. So I'm really excited that this is gonna look nice. Hopefully it's the same crew.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, same crew.
What's in red in this drawing, that's brand new building. So of course that gets the new ethos. And then what is in yellow does not get 100% scraped. That just gets repaired and painted to match the new color. And what we're doing, we wanted to save a little bit of money. So that's the stuff up high in the back that faces the hotel, and the stuff that's high in the back that faces kind of the dog shelter. And it's the stuff that's not visible from the road. So we did not want to spend another 100K possibly in doing those back high portions that aren't visible from the road. Unless you guys want to do it, but our recommendation was to just save a little money. And
I just don't want it to be a different color and not match. The material, I understand, may not be, up close, look exactly
Yeah.
the same because it wasn't rescraped and replastered and one part's really old. But I don't want to see white, beautiful front sides and then the back it's still
Yes.
stained and ugly.
Jody, what do you think is going to happen on color?
Okay, because we're gonna at least repaint it.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
what?
It's 100% painted.
Okay.
A fresh coat of paint, and the whole goal is to match it as close as we
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And before we do paint the entire thing, we'll kind of do some swatches and to make sure that they
Yeah.
look at it to make sure that that's a good match. Because I don't want to go paint the whole thing and it doesn't look good,
Yeah.
and then we go back to
Yeah.
square one again. So
Yep, we don't want to do that either.
Awesome.
It's looking great. Y'all are doing a great job.
I know.
Very,
Yes.
very excited.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
it's looking great.
trying.
Oh, it's good.
I'm the one who loses sleep, so he. so
They got, well, I haven't lost any sleep
Yeah.
on this one.
yes, on this project.
Yeah.
Moving along. What is the estimated date that it will be finished?
So both Zone A and Zone
May.
Zone A and D, we're looking. I think Zone D is pushing into May, beginning of June. Or D is the end of May, beginning of June, and Zone A
Which
is
is
beginning of
admin.
June.
Okay.
So
Okay.
No, it's longer than that, isn't it?
So
The admin side, when we come in at the very end, you're thinking new.
for the new stuff,
Yeah, new.
we will be done in June.
Yeah.
And
The
then-
interior
Yes.
changes and carpet and all that,
Yep.
that's pushes into August, September, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
okay.
Yes.
But the
yes.
construction.
And-
New stuff.
And so, and so the way that we kind of phased this was to get the new done first, so y'all could kind of move, and then we can come in and kind of get this done and get that city hall side done.
Right, we want to be able to, we could technically move council into, well, we have a couple choices. You could move council into the courtroom, or you could move it into the new breakout rooms. One of the two, and then they come in and do this, punch out this wall.
And We couldn't change.
Do
it.
Yeah, do all the change ups in here and then do the interior admin side. So that's kind of that's the very end stuff.
Cool.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm excited to see it all.
Do you have
Thank
any
you,
other
sir.
questions or?
Yeah.
All right.
Nope, it's looking great. Very exciting. Thank you. All right, we have a motion to approve the change order.
Yeah. Make a motion to approve the change order number 18 for the City Hall Civic Center renovation project with the Weaver and Jacobs Constructions, Inc. in the amount of $195,216.
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none. Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All
Thank
right.
you, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for waiting. Yeah. Tomorrow in the morning. Resolution awarding contract to Network Cabling Services, NCS, for the installation of a controlled access system and video surveillance systems at City Hall and Civic Center in the amount of $149,900.82 through Buy Board Purchasing Cooperative, funding from fiscal year 2025-2026 General Fund Account 50, Capital Outlay Account 66320 for $89,487.20, and from the Facility Fund Account 115, Capital Outlay Account 66320 for $60,413.62, and authorizing city manager to sign all documents associated with said purchase.
So this is not cabling, but this is the access control systems for City Hall, Civic Center, and cameras everywhere. We've got, and this is the company that we're consistently installing around town. Same type of cameras, same type of access control systems. So we are, it's just easier to manage.
It's all by board.
So, and it's through Buy Board, and this was in the budget.
Yeah, I think that's great.
And Peggy's still back there if y'all have any more questions.
Aw.
We can make her come in, but she
Aw.
didn't.
She doesn't like to talk to us.
I don't have any questions. Y'all have any questions?
No.
No.
Motion to award contract to Network Cabling Services, Inc. for installation of controlled access systems and video surveillance systems at City Hall and the Civic Center in the amount of $149,982 through Buy Board Purchasing Cooperative.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item J, resolution authorizing the purchase of one 672P John Deere motor grader for the Public Works Department in the amount of $421,067.84 from Doggett through Sourcewell Cooperative. Authorizing future budget amendment for fiscal year 2025-2026 Beach Fund Account 150, Capital Outlay Account 62340, and authorizing city manager to act as the executive officer and authorized representative in the city in all matters pertaining to said purchase.
So this was presented to you at the Council Goals Workshop for a motor grader replacement, but it did not get transposed into the budget. So it is a budget amendment to the beach fund, which has a fund balance of about 3.7 million. So we have plenty of money to do it. Just it is through Sourcewell, so it's a purchasing co-op, so it was not seal bid, but over 100,000. So we must seek approval from you for that and the subsequent budget amendment that will be coming in September.
Why didn't it get in the budget?
Because it was presented at the Goals Workshop and the director didn't have it on their sheets that they turned in, and I missed it going back through. When I go back through Goals Workshop, I'm usually checking y'all stuff, not director stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I should have checked director stuff.
Well, okay.
We'll forgive you.
Time to get one in. All right. All good.
Okay.
Is this something that when purchased and you get right away, or is it, there any lead
Take
time
one.
on it?
No, but I'm
Like
not,
an ambulance.
It's not, no, it's
not-
not nearly fast.
You don't have to
No.
rip it out.
I think he's hoping it'll be here around June by summer. I don't think it'll, oh, it said if ordered today, and this was dated on the 10th of March. Estimated time of arrival for shipping was May 8th. So I think it will be here before Memorial Day. I'm not sure where they ship
There's a whole
from.
bunch of them up in Victoria. So.
A bunch.
No.
So I think we'll have it the next month or
That's
two.
like-
I think that's a Caterpillar. dude.
You're right, that's Caterpillar.
And those are excavated plants, but they're. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Okay, I'm
Motion
gonna
to-
make a motion to approve resolution authorizing the purchase of one 672P John Deere motor grader for the Public Works Department in the amount of $421,067.84 from Doggett through Sourcewell Cooperative.
A second.
All right, any further discussion? All right, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, item K, authorizing participation in the Texas Smart Buy Purchasing Cooperative through State Comptroller of Texas, approving terms and conditions and authorizing city manager to sign all documents associated with said agreement.
So most of your purchasing co-ops, when you join them forever, but not the comptroller's purchasing co-op of Smart Buy. Your membership expires, so that's why this is here in front of you, even though we've been a member in the past. We would like to join this co-op because this is the best place for the police department to buy their, what are they, blood
Draw blood.
draw kits. So that's why we are bringing this back to you tonight. I did notice on the resolution, I wrote this a long time ago, I believe. And it says March 19th, so that'll need to be changed to the 25th, my bad.
Mhm.
There are other things we can get through Smart Buy also, but we consistently buy the blood draw kits through them.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve resolution to authorize participation in the Texas Smart Buy Purchasing Cooperative through the State Comptroller of Texas.
A second.
All right. Anything further? All right, hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, item L, presentation of our investment report for quarter end 12/31/2025.
So you have in your packet the investment report for the quarter. Our interest rate is dropping a little. That's just what's happening. But it is better than we were several years ago. So we're ranging from about 3.9% to, and we have some brokered CDs that are still sitting out at the 4.24%. But most of our money we keep very liquid in Tex Pool, which is paying around 4%. If you have
Which
any
is great.
questions, though, it is
Is it
good.
great?
It's great.
It's better than we've been offered
Yeah.
Yep.
CDs from in the lately.
Yeah, I mean, if you can just let money sit in accounts and earn that, that's really good.
Yeah, the pool market right now is just the better way to go, it seems. So
Yeah.
we're keeping it there.
Yeah, it's good.
So, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to address.
Okay, great job, Darla. Okay,
For the meeting.
next item. What?
It's a
Yes.
fan item.
M, discuss and take possible action regarding the reschedule of the regular city council meeting for May 21st, 2026.
To go to the next week or before?
Well, what do we got? The main issue is we got graduation is Thursday, the 21st, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that since we're gonna be consistently in that 21st range, I mean, I'm, if y'all are okay, maybe just bump it to the 20th, the day
The day
before.
before.
Chuck, do y'all, the graduates, or do you have something that
Anything?
Wednesday night
Oh,
before?
I gotta ask the boss. They usually don't.
Well, you better ask her right now. We need to know. Yeah. Nicole, do y'all have something the 20th, the night before? Is that, I mean, I know it's crazy, but if you bump it any further, then it's after Memorial Day and y'all may choose to go somewhere on vacation and we're getting the end of the month. And I think trying to make it the week before is almost too quick.
Yeah, that's.
When is the scholarship?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
when's the scholarship ceremony?
8th, 7th or 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's early.
Okay.
They bump it early now.
Okay, cool. Cause I was like,
How does
You'll
the
be there,
20th
I'll be
work
there.
for you guys?
The 20th works for me. The week after does not. work
okay,
at all.
20th
Yeah,
is good
that's-
for me.
Yeah, because it's, then you're
Okay.
getting into prime time something.
No, that's right, 'cause it-
Call Chuck?
No, well, I'm looking too, because I'm
You
trying to
better
move.
look.
Well, I, you know,
He doesn't have the
I'm
full
asking him.
calendar.
Just trying to make sure I got this right.
Yeah.
The agenda will need to be posted on the 14th and items to us should be the 11th
May.
to council. So we can, or to David, so I can get him on the agenda. If council has anything.
I'm good with that date. I was asked if there may be consideration for the April meeting. It's I believe it's on Tuesday, April 21st.
Mm-hmm.
And was asked that if we could possibly move to the one day ahead, April 22nd.
You mean,
One day
to
later?
Wednesday?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We're just gonna have Wednesdays. We just have Wednesday meetings for the next couple of times. Really throw people off.
The only thing is that's
22nd.
not on the agenda for today.
Okay.
And that
What
was
now?
approved last council meeting
Oh,
Okay.
for the 21st. And that does require council action to
okay.
change it. Oh,
So we,
You could call a quick meeting if you need to change it.
oh, okay. Because it's not on our. agenda.
correct. Yes.
Because we already changed it once.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
20th?
May 20th for the May meeting.
Well, yeah, let's do the May. Someone make a motion for that one.
We can do that right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion to reschedule the May regular city council meeting to
Oh.
May 21st, 2026.
Gotcha. I'll
To May
second.
20.
Oh,
The
May
May
20.
21st meeting to May 20th,
May
2026.
Okay, I'll second.
Thank you. May 20th.
May 20th. Got it. It's on my calendar.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Christensen.
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger.
Yes.
Councilmember Schneider.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. All right, city manager report.
Right, so you got in front of you non-FEMA projects updates. City Hall, Civic Center, they've started the EFS on the admin side. Looks really good. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's kind of a smaller orange scale, so it's not as popcorn looking. You shouldn't collect dirt as bad as other larger texture does. So that's progressing nicely. Corrective work underway in the ballroom, mainly the chore of grinding the old airplane hangar glossy white paint off the floor. We're going on 3 weeks of grinding. It's been a booger bear because nothing sticks to that glossy paint. So we tried different types of adhesive, nothing stick, and we want it to stick. So they've been grinding away. They're almost done, but other corrective work that they did in the ballroom, there's cove lighting up in those coves. And when they activated the cove lighting, it really shined on the drywall that's up in those nooks. And it wasn't finished to like a grade 10. And so you could see all these not really high quality work done as far as the mud and so they removed all the baffles,
Thought they were out here.
went all back up in there, reapplied mud and fixed it all and made it level 10,
Okay.
super smooth. So now when the cove lights come on, you see perfect drywall and paint up there instead of any kind of little waver and imperfections. So they've been doing that while they've been grinding away on the floors. Meanwhile, a lot of work being done in the breakout wing over here. Mechanical, electrical, all underway. Plumbing's done. Some ceiling work, but mainly it's the mechanical stuff up in the grid. Roofing is tied in on the admin side. They have to do they started today finalizing it, but it's underway. So a lot of work progressing on that. And then we approved the EFS change order today. So that's going to help. And then staff, we reviewed and selected the changes to the courtyard design that we're going to move forward with. It's going to look great. Streetscape venue project. We visited, EDSA came 3 weeks ago. We ironed out the contract, ironed out civil engineering selection, and they are moving forward with their design. One of their big focuses right now is the water issue and coming up with possible alternative watering concepts. We don't want to just go to a xeriscape and just do desert look.
No.
So they're right now, everything's on the board. They're looking at building concrete cisterns in different sections that either have rainwater collection, or it's a combination of putting wells along the streets, every 500 yards that pump into a cistern, provide water that will then pump into the irrigation system. So they're looking at everything. So we want to keep it as green as we can. Personally, I think that's the best look. So they are moving forward. They're also moving forward. It's the same group on the Charlie's Pasture Bulkhead Park. So that's moving forward also. Community center renovation. It was at about 100%, except for, once again, the floors did not pass our standard, Colleen and Emily Rosapal's standard. So they're a little pickier than I am, but so they are grinding the floors down again. They let us in for spring break so that the police could use it, but they are back in there today refinishing the floors. This time they are actually hiring professional floor people instead of just some laborers. So this is their third attempt, and hopefully, like the saying goes, third time's a charm.
It does
We'll
look
see.
good in there, though.
Yeah,
looks
it's
really
it's
nice.
looking good. The bathrooms look great. Oh, and the artist came over the weekend or over spring break, and she installed the tarpon
Yeah.
art,
Saw it.
and it looks really cool. They got it all sanded and buffed down, and kids were playing on it today. So
Mhm.
it looks really great. So if you stop by, and it looks like a tarpon. So I think she did a really good job on it. So that looks cool. Animal shelter. Here is met with animal shelter about 3 weeks ago. Joellen said, and maybe 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So this is their stab at their first design concept. So as you come in from this side over here, you come in through the lobby, and then behind the lobby is is some storage and data rooms, public staff toilets, a get acquainted room. On the top of the page is a cat and kitten center. We're going to redo some of the wall configurations in there, but the cats are along that top of the wall there. And then down below is a group office, animal receiving, animal holding, a break room, and then the big wing over here is your dog wing out here.
Bush.
And then on this page, you can kind of see some of the kennel run configurations, but we've changed that up a little bit, and we've sent them some of the changes on the kennel, but that's kind of how it sits on the property. The next step for the city was to order the engineering civil topo survey work of the property. So we've done that. Should be finished in a couple weeks. And then that'll provide all the detailed elevation work and, for them to actually spot and figure out their elevation and do all their grade work, and they can start on the grade once they have the topography work done. So it's progressing good.
What's the square footage of that inside?
Bottom center AC space is
Okay, I see it now.
about 3,800.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, but I think it's looking good. So we,
Kind of separated.
yeah.
Where there'll be
From the
kennels.
dogs.
Okay, yeah.
But it's progressing nicely. So once the survey's done, that'll give them a lot more information to start figuring out their building elevation and parking elevations and all that. Beach Access Road 1B. was open for spring break. I think we opened up the Tuesday before break started. We're still lacking some TxDOT signage, but we did open the road anyway. We had the traffic control light there. It was a big help. Chief, how much traffic did you see on it? A lot, yeah. So it got used pretty quick. Yeah, yeah.
Somebody
Where we
tried to
cut
take out the
out
light.
that space,
Everybody's
we did
just in
the
the
concrete,
red
where it was too long onto the beach and you
Yeah.
cut back.
We're
there
gonna have to
something-
adjust that. Yeah, it's,
Clay or caliche, otherwise it's.
yeah,
gonna-
it's
Okay.
pounding out. So
Okay.
we're gonna, the engineer's gonna come back and look at it and see if we need to maybe extend the concrete further down into the sand.
And then
Yeah.
clay it or.
Yeah, so we are looking at that. And then other than that, we got we'll keep on TxDOT to get the signs, but it's saw a lot of use and I think definitely helped out. Lifeguard building, so we're working with Victory Building Team to vacate the laydown yard. That's the north portion of the property adjacent to the fire EMS building. That's where the lifeguard building goes, so they need to be clear that space May 15th, which they're working on. And then the architect in the city, we held a pre-bid conference meeting last, what was it, Thursday or Wednesday? Thursday. And we had a really good turnout. I think we had 5 general contractors show up. So hopefully we'll get a good bid response, but that bid will come to you guys at the April meeting for selection, and we can get that rolling. Rec Center. Don't know if you've been out to the rec center, but it is moving.
It is.
They've been a lot of structural steel, a lot of roof systems are in place, and there's even some, it's the very beginning start of some of the mechanical systems going in under the roof. So it's on schedule, moving really good. We're happy with the contractor. We got some grading we need to do around that ditch in between the rec center and Channel Vista. We need to regrade that. We're experiencing a little flooding in there. But it's moving good. Avenue G and Station Street traffic light is underway. I don't know if you've driven on that intersection, but they showed up yesterday and started the boring. So they got to bore to all 4 corners and connect all the electric and conduit. And then they'll start pouring after they do that, they'll start pouring the concrete bases for the light stanchions. So that'll be next. So that's moving on schedule, and it should move really quick. Then we'll have to figure out the sequencing and how we want that thing to operate. We can do whatever we want. You guys could have it flashing in the off season, or maybe it flashes, Monday through Thursday afternoon, and then it fires up. And so we can play with it and do whatever we think is appropriate.
Maybe have
for
it
the
where kids can go across
Yeah,
before
yeah,
school or after
yeah.
school.
It'll have all the push button tabs and crosswalks. And
Good.
that's
Cool.
all I got. Any questions on the city stuff? All right.
Okay, all right. Number 9, staff reports. Darla, you're back up, dear.
Like a lot's been my show today.
Mhm.
Apologize that you did not get a draft earlier, but those auditors have been working really hard trying to get just the team that was working on our audit had 5 audits they had to finish up between last Wednesday and today. They had a presentation Monday night, Tuesday night, and tonight. That's why they needed the meeting tonight. Just to go over a few of the economic indicators, our hot tax is doing great for the first 5 months of the year. We were at almost 22% for the month and 27% for the 5 months. And that is not including our additional 2%. February was the first month that we had collections on the 2% venue tax for January rentals, and we got 46,000 in our first month, which is a slow month. So I think it's gonna grow really well. Our sales tax was up 8.4% for the month, same period. And we're up about 10.5% for the first 5 months of the fiscal year. Harbor for our annual rentals are 4.6%. Our daily is at 28% compared to last year. Golf carts were running about 100 more than we sold this time last year through February. Price selling a little bit James's Thunder, but court, I supervised them and there were 1,244 tickets filed with the court for pretty much the 2 week spring break period. So fortunately, we have hired our third clerk because one ticket just takes a lot of paperwork processing, especially things that are things like MIP, because they require so many more things on top of it. They have to take an alcohol awareness class and they have to do community service, and it's a lot to keep track of. So those girls are really busy, but looking forward to having a little bit more space in the next couple of weeks and out of what they have referred to as their taco stand. So the taco stand that we're going to be in here. So, but if you have any more questions on the report, I'd be happy to answer. And when we get the audit back from the auditor, which should be tomorrow with the draft words removed, we'll get that posted on the website and I will email it to you all. I anticipate that tomorrow.
How is the online registration going? Is it a little easier for folks, the golf carts?
I don't know if it's easier for them this first year because this writing, it's very easy. We get some mumbling, we don't get some mumbling.
It seems to be
It's
quite
easier for some of the staff because they're not having to put things in a database. It's already there. The approval process.
And the next
different
year will
things,
be,
people-
if
the
they're
next
repeat.
year, if they're repeat, will be easier for them.
Yes.
And that's what the ones that complain were like, it's going to be easier for
Yeah.
you. And we haven't really, overall, we haven't gotten that many complaints.
Yeah.
It's some of the technologically challenged and different things, but we help them. We have iPads up front and
And the majority of these people have to be repeat customers. So, I mean,
yes, and we say once your account gets set up,
Yeah.
it's tied to their email address. They can forget their password in a year. They do a reset and they get the email again, and it's going to be easy for them. They're just they just have to upload their new insurance, and if their driver's license expired, their new driver's license. But it's going well, I think. So,
Good.
and we're fully staffed again at City Hall. We got our new admin assistant up front started this week, and our new gas utility clerk also started this week.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes. You have any
Okay. Any other
Ellen, we're
questions
ready
for
to-
Darla?
We're in the process of converting to our new payroll
Payroll,
system,
yeah.
which was in there. We're going live with that April 16th. We're doing test stuff now with some of our departments, especially Public Works is a tricky department because we have to track equipment and beach hours, where they are on the beach, if they're in the county section, the city section for grants. And so we got them kind of starting to do that this week and testing the system out, but we're excited about that too. Heavy lift, but it's going. Now that we're through with the audit, we can concentrate on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Darla, very much.
Thank you, Darla.
Okay, next up, Nicole.
All right, I'll try to make mine short and sweet. Might be an extra one. So our building permits so far are just slightly up. We're starting to see kind of an uptick from previous years this year. So you'll see that we've got 18 year to date currently compared with 11 and 13 in prior years. Of course, that doesn't take into account those big years that we had kind of in the middle there. So I think that that'll continue on. Code enforcement. We had Alex who moved over to the police department. So we've got Carla again. She had 22 cases opened in the month of February, mostly just kind of your regular things, working without a permit, using vacant lots for storage, a lot of brush still, especially with all the high winds that we've had lately. She tagged 7 vehicles. She had 3 stop work orders. She issued 3 citations, did some beach patrols, made some RVs park correctly. And of course, we're still working on our sign ordinance, educating people and making sure that those are starting to come into compliance.
And that's not on the, fully on the website, correct, yet?
Correct.
Okay, can we get that up on the website? Is there any way to get MuniCode to work?
Yeah, we're
Harder to get that.
working with friends.
Okay, because if people have no way to figure that out, other than calling and asking for it, if people look for it, I've had several people ask me, have y'all not started enforcement? I'm like, no, we're starting enforcement. And they're like, well, it's not on the website that, and I'm like, okay, well.
We've handed out lots of copies of
Yeah.
this ordinance anytime we go talk to somebody about it.
Mhm.
Almost 100% voluntary compliance. We've had very
It
few
looks
people that
great,
have
yeah.
argued.
I mean,
So we haven't started kind of pushing those harder issues yet, but we will as soon as that's kind of updated online so that we can point them in that right direction.
okay. But there's, it looks like people are being compliant for the most part, so
People
that's
are
great.
being
Yeah.
wonderful.
Oh, where did I see new pennant flags? They were on the highway somewhere.
The skydive.
Skydiver.
No, it was further down. It was,
Let me add them.
I'll let you at him. We had one on Avenue A right before I left for vacation. That was the last one I saw. But we got that one taken down pretty quickly. I don't know who you saw.
oh, maybe it was like one of the rental companies. Yeah.
There have been some in Corpus. They've started adding them to people that are south of our city limits.
Now, this one was, I think, somewhere on the highway.
Well, you send me a text
Yeah.
and we'll get them.
Get them.
Nicole, how long can they leave like they cover up a temporary sign with some paper sign or something? How long?
I mean, we
can
don't
they leave
have
that up
any,
there?
we don't have anything really that says that. I know one in town is kind of covered up half their sign with a banner kind
Yeah.
of thing, but we don't really have anything that says
Really?
a time frame. Right.
Do we have anything that says it's half hanging off or anything?
I mean, it definitely, if it's not in good condition, we
Yeah.
would probably get them for those kind of things.
Is
it And-
something the wind has blown or?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, because
That'll-
it's just sagging.
Yeah, feel free to send me
Doesn't look
whatever
very
that
good.
is. We'll get after them.
Okay.
Make it better.
Moving on to short-term rentals. Currently, we have 3,052. At the same time last year, we had 2,989. That does not include 84 accounts that we have pending still approval for things like missing tax filings from 2025. Maybe their bedroom count isn't what we have on file, or that they've got new owner information. And I just want to say again how wonderful Laura is for being the only person that's kind of approving these. She goes through a very stringent process with each one of these to make sure that they're advertising correctly, to make sure that they've paid their rental rates, that everything is in line. It's not just an easy rubber stamp approval. She spends a lot of time on each one. So just giving her a little kudos there. So we ended 2025 with 3,345. And as of today, we had, and I apologize, there's a typo there, that it's 3,136. That includes what has been approved and what's pending approval. So that's about 94% of what we had at the end of last year. So I think that, property managers, property owners are really, they've gotten in line with this, where in previous years, it took us a long time to kind of get everybody caught up and done well. And I think now we're doing a good job of getting that done at the beginning of every year. We've received 5 complaints year to date. All of them were during spring break. One was for trash that people left at the community pool, or their HOA community pool. Other 4 were for noise. And she
That's
has
all
not-
we got during spring break. That's pretty good.
I bet
surprised.
you took
Yeah.
that would have
They all went straight to 911. Yeah.
straight to 911. Probably shortly to jail right after that. I know that the property, I can only speak for my husband, but he said that the property management response that he had coming out to their sites was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That they were there, very soon after they were called. They helped them handle those situations and did a really good job. So kudos to our property management companies as well. They're definitely part of the team. So she has issued no citations, and she mentioned that there were 9 accounts currently on payment plans for past due occupancy taxes. Moving on to my favorite project. the wayfinding sign project.
Wayfinding.
I like your big
Mhm.
89%.
I'm really excited to just bump that up every single time. So, so far we've completed 185. It's up one sign, from last council meeting. And I think it's probably our most impressive
Mhm.
out of the whole project. I've seen so many people out there taking pictures. I think it looks wonderful. They did a really great job with that. I think that's going to be, synonymous with Port Aransas. You can have your picture with the Port A and your picture with the shark. So that's really popular. They are going to begin the third phase of the install, which is almost the very end of it. They're hoping to start that on April 6th. That's going to include both nature preserve signs at Charlie's Pasture South and North, the Mustang Beach Airport sign, my favorite, which I am the most impressed by, the Roberts Point Park sign, City Hall sign, and then
Is that the big one at the entrance?
it is.
That's
the big video board.
yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the
I'm
next
excited.
page, I've got some
Okay.
photos of what those are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the Civic Center and the Roberts Point Park are both going to be video boards with information
Yeah,
capabilities. So
awesome.
we're very excited about all of those. The one that says Horace Caldwell Pier is going to replace the very ugly purple sign.
Oh,
that
thank
is on
goodness.
the corner of Beach Street and Alistair. So I think that'll be a big addition as well. That's all I've got.
That's great work. Very exciting.
Maybe next time it'll be 100%.
Did the county pay for it?
No, no. Then we can talk about our entrance signs again sometime. Okay, great job, great
I
job.
noticed that day.
All right. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, this is gonna be a much shorter report than next month, so.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Spruce it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's pretty basic. So 79 calls for the month and we're tracking a little bit higher than last year. At this time, we had 61. Average response time continues to go down, 3 minutes, 39 seconds, which is pretty phenomenal. And then
Really?
and one of the outliers on there that made it even that high was one that was just it was an error in our report that it showed like 13 minutes for us to respond, but it was really a 1 minute response. So that didn't get corrected in there. So and then one was on the other side of the ferry. So that one actually did take us about 13 minutes. So other than that,
Impressive, Daniel.
yeah, it's a pretty good time.
Yeah, that's all.
And you could see just over the years too. I mean, from 445, 459, 440. So it just keeps on dropping, which is great. Transports, so we got 39, kind of spread the love out a little bit throughout the month. A lot of the ones during February, January, honestly, it's one of our Winter Texas populations and they have requests to go to certain hospitals. And so we kind of just go wherever they want us to take them. They might have doctors down here that they work with, whatever. So we try to accommodate the best we can. As long as it's not emergent, we have to go to one of the two major trauma hospitals. 39 treated other than that, one canceled false alarm. And other than that, it was a pretty decent month. No public assist standbys or mutual aids. Highlights, we had the Little League training. We always on their opening or right before their opening day, we go out there with all the coaches and we do just a little first aid, kind of talk about where the AEDs are, what's going on, just familiar with the park. So we do that, send the crew out there and any questions that the coaches might have. Bless you. Of course, we did the spring break luncheon. We changed soon.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
The Mardi Gras parade, we in that and do some standbys, of course, RAC meetings with our region. I think last meeting when Elliot was here, they talked about
Yeah.
the deployments. Josh and Taylor went out on a deployment the next day and then had some ambulance issues when we were up there. So instead of trying to get it fixed up there and everything else, we just backfilled from another service that was on standby. And so they had about a day and a half deployment. So it's pretty short, didn't get to do much. They were bummed out about it, but we did get called 2 times in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get deployed again.
Oh, wow.
Of course, we're spring
Yeah.
break and I got all 3 ambulances going.
You're like, you want to come down here for
Yeah.
deployment? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually
Yeah.
Get a lot.
a discussion point.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up on the next meeting, but I've got some meetings this coming month about that exactly. Of course, with all the media and how busy we were and what was going on, and everything else, I got a lot of regional and state phone calls that they said, hey, why aren't we over there instead of sitting in a cornfield now, waiting on something to happen, so.
Yeah. Now, we don't really want a lot of repeat of that,
Yeah.
but it'd be good to have some people on standby.
Yeah, it's good to have
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
I mean, they're already gonna be on standby anyway,
Yeah.
so it's a good way to have them here.
Yeah.
And we could set up mobile health units. We could have little treatment triages. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that goes with that. And it's not just for EMS, there's stuff that goes in with PD and everybody else. So it's something, Stokes and I are gonna have to work on and then have some meetings with the RAC, but it's all in the pipeline and it's already, the phone calls have already been made. They actually reached out to us. So that's a good sign.
That's great.
Ambulance and Tahoe update. I got a call yesterday that the new Tahoe is done. So
Okay.
we're gonna get to Houston and pick it up. And then the ambulance is also done and I'm gonna fly out there on the 12th, 11th, do inspection on the 12th, and then I'll be back on the 13th. So hopefully we should have both of those back in service very, very soon.
Before the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not before Sandfest, but before summer.
Yeah, it usually takes, once the ambulance hits the ground, I think usually about 30 days for the state to give me my license or
Mhm.
let me transfer one. And so hopefully they know it's coming and I've already done all the paperwork. And so we just have to have it here on the ground.
Well, I'm glad that you have community partners reaching out or you're having those discussions because obviously we get a lot of extra law enforcement support, but I feel like you guys also run ragged. And so being able to have additional resources. And I know that, a lot of those law enforcement guys kind of have some cross training too, which is great. But just to be able to have some backup for your team would be awesome.
Yeah, we really lucked out. I mean, I staffed all 3 ambulances and then it just so happened that one of them that was supposed to get off an hour earlier, they happened to still be here and, talking about it at the end of the day, doing the reports, and then they were able to go out and join. So I mean, throughout the entire spring break operation, as busy as we were, we only had to have mutual aid come over here one time.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah.
We managed, but yeah, the guys, I mean, one of the crews didn't sleep for 40 hours straight. It just,
Wow.
it does, but
Yeah.
we'll get it.
Well, we look forward to next month when you really give us all the juicy details.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Thanks. All right, Chief Stokes, you're up, sir.
Handouts instead of in your packet. Sorry, I was.
A little busy?
Sleeping.
Between spring break and a new building.
Oh, I got you. Everybody got one.
Yes, I got an extra.
We can put it over here in Kelly's pile.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, I have two.
Oh, this is, luckily February was the quiet before the storm. As you can see, we were down in our total incidents. We had a little over 17 or almost 1792 for the total month of February. And our dispatch center answered 296 911 calls. And there's the breakdown of what the calls were. It was 94 municipal citations and 29 arrests for the month. Out of the 29 people, we've filed 35 charges, and 4 were for six different warrants. 14 were for alcohol related offenses, including 2 DWIs. There were 3 charges for drug related crimes, and 2 people were charged with weapon offenses, and some people were charged with more than one offense. We only had 5 minor impossession charges that month and 1 golf cart citation. We had 27 at the end of the month. We had 27 sworn police positions and 7 dispatch full-time positions authorized. We had 1 open dispatch position that was being filled by my pregnant officer who's about to go or has gone out on leave now. And we had 25 positions filled with the police department. I kept the significant incidences down to the fatality crash that we had out there on 361, where the bicyclist was struck. That and that was right when the front was blowing in. I don't know.
Oh, this was the one in front of Dollar General.
Yeah. So it was on Valentine's Day, and so it was, the conditions were all just kind of fell into perfect sequence to make this accident occur. The bicyclist was riding down the sidewalk, and they were coming off of the side street there on I can't even think of it. Yeah, Howard Street. When they were coming out, they bumped into the bicyclist because they couldn't see him. And like I said, this is right when the front was blowing in, right before the rain hit.
It was dark.
It was real dark. It was, you know how it gets before a storm, everything just kind of gets that real dark. So, yep. And so he got hit
not significantly. It was just kind of bumped him, but it knocked him into the lane of traffic. When he got knocked into the lane of traffic, another vehicle that was driving down the highway couldn't see him and struck him. And so bystanders and the person that made the initial contact with him all jumped out of their cars, tried to render aid, and tried to alert other drivers, that what had just happened to try to prevent any further accidents from happening. There was a person that was driving that caught all of it on his dash cam, so we have that helped the investigation significantly. But yeah, there were some bystanders that started first aid immediately. They had CPR in progress. We got there, we took over the stuff until the EMS got there and they took off with them. But that's just a very, very tragic thing to happen to end the month there. But other than that, we didn't really have any significant events, thank goodness. That was not the case for this one, unfortunately. But I will give you I do want to say thank you to everybody in the city and the community at large for helping out during spring break. All the support that we get is fantastic. EMS, fire, you guys, just everybody.
Takes a village.
You have no idea that those 1 meals a day and things they make a big difference. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are very blessed to live in the community that we do, and that helps get the support that we get because troopers and game wardens line up for that assignment. Believe it or not, they actually line up to try to come in and work spring break in Port A. So
And they came in numbers.
they did,
Yeah,
and
I saw
I've
that,
talked
yeah.
to their command staff with the state, and they are on board with they're going to send resources for 4th of July.
Perfect.
So we'll have a nice complement to come in on 4th of July. And we're strategizing for next year. They're talking about actually pulling troopers in from out of district and paying them a per diem and finding hotel rooms and space and stuff for them so that they can stay here local during the entire event. So we'll have plenty of support for next year. So we're looking at things. I'm in the process of doing an after action report for our department, and then we're going to get together with our state partners and look at that. We had a tremendous support from our short-term rental people. They were fantastic all throughout spring break. Anytime we had any issues at any of the properties, we showed up and they showed up with us. And so it was, I think the communication beforehand had a lot to do with it, and I want to keep that going. So I'll be meeting with them hopefully sometime this coming April and get some feedback from them as well. So
In regards to next year too, I can just speak for what we do, that for any kind of housing for that type of support, let us know.
yeah.
Because they'll like to have them on site if they can.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, we were able to make phone calls and they were there within minutes. I mean, it was not waiting a long time. So it was tremendously helpful with us to be able to get in there and do what we needed to do. So
I heard about the 60.
well, that wasn't the only one.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
there was several.
Yeah, we did that a few times. So
I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
just
One of the short-term rental guys, and he said this group was 5 hours. They were out. They were there 5 hours.
yeah, we did almost 400 MIPs just MIPs.
Big groups, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a lot.
Well, I know that anytime you have events that we are not accustomed to as a community, like what happened, the big overlap weekend, it's very hard to accept and deal with, and it's never anything that we all want to do. But I think overall, the entire first responder team did an outstanding job for spring break. And you guys, like you said, all the partners that pulled in, all the teamwork that your guys and ladies do is incredible. And I know that we received some comment cards and we had people, tonight, but I will tell you for the majority of the comments that I received from people throughout the community were that y'all did an outstanding job. And I want you all to hear that, because sometimes we only hear the bad and certainly on social media, especially, there's a lot of negative. And, but it is important for y'all to hear that y'all do an outstanding job, given the circumstance that you're dealt with for the crazy 2 weeks, right? And that goes for everyone, not first responders, city staff. I mean, everything that we do to prepare and put our city in the best light and protect everyone as best possible. And so kudos for you. And you know, always, I know you guys are always trying to make it better. And I
Yes.
know you will, you know, as leaders of your departments and as our job as leaders to make it better for the next year.
Sure.
And really put that message out there. So you need to hear the good too. So
Appreciate
I
that.
think
Yeah.
y'all done a great job.
Work a lot, getting a partner up with the DPS and all that for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We worked
It,
on that.
it's taken a long time to get to where we are, you know,
Right.
I mean, it's taken years to build the relationships and things, so it pays off. And it really shows, you know, on Saturday when we were getting overwhelmed, these state partners were coming up and saying, hey, what do you need? And I'm like, well, we've got this scene controlled. They're like, no. What do we need? And I'm like, well, can you answer a few calls? Because I've got guys tied up on, you know, all these other things. And they're like, yeah, we had game wardens that were answering calls in town. That were answering disturbance calls because we were tied up. I mean, they didn't do it for a long time, but they stepped up and did it. You know, they were like, oh, look, I'll Google that address and here we go, you know? And so, you know, but that's the kind of relationship that we have. And one of the things that I really don't want to say is too loud, but with the state even, they come in and they'll work certain accidents inside our city limits, which is unheard of anywhere in the state. But they understand what we're dealing with and the circumstances, and they step up and help. So those kind of partnerships are just invaluable. We couldn't do what we do without that kind of support. And obviously we couldn't do it without the support of the city and the different departments here, because, you know, David made sure we had a place to eat because, you know, everything was crazy and going crazy. And it set them back a time for getting the floors done and things.
Yeah.
But it was a
worked out good.
sacrifice that we appreciate, you know, so I just can't say thanks enough to everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
I felt like I saw a lot more police presence out, especially on the highway out where I live. And
Yeah.
I thought the 45-mile-an-hour going from that red light to the next one was, I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I personally did.
5 minutes to your
And,
time.
yeah,
Well,
we didn't
and-
even have that. And I do that road every day going to and from work.
I'd be
but-
fine if you put them in full time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So many
Well,
people have said that. too.
And I want to make a special thanks to David for that one, because I screwed up in the planning on that. We didn't rope TxDOT in when we should have, when we started doing the planning, and so we were trying to get it done at the last minute. So hey, Dave, you know anybody over there? And man, he made a couple of calls and really got things
I'm
moving and happening.
surprised how responsive
Oh, yeah.
the district engineer was. I mean,
Yeah.
he was Johnny on the spot, unlike years past.
Yeah.
So let me,
That's good.
so to put it in perspective, we got that approved in 24 hours through TxDOT.
Wow.
He
One of
was
the
good
big,
though. He had
100%, he was
he got
great.
on he set up the call and he goes,
Yep.
all right, let's set up a call. He got America on there
Yep.
and he got his traffic guy and
Yep, and then he brought in our company that we contracted with.
yeah.
Highway barricade.
Highway Barricades. Their reputation with TxDOT helped tremendously.
Yeah.
They're great.
So
Yeah.
they were able to get the engineered plans drawn up and submitted. And like I said, we got everything turned around in 24 hours.
And Darla found the money.
Yeah.
And we'll-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
This
It's-
is hit one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
but-
I think
and
it was
I'm
a very effective tool.
It was.
It kept the guys safe very, very,
And-
very much.
Dale and I live out that way, and it's hard to turn left in
Yep.
our housing develop. So at stop traffic and you could turn left.
Hard
It
to
was
turn left
awesome.
anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, but you could there. So that was good.
Yeah, and how do you run into one of them?
Fall asleep.
Fall asleep, yeah, it was,
Wow.
Yep, that was not a spring break,
Oh.
spring breaker related crime, or not crime, but crash, crash.
I assumed it was.
I was like, how do you do that?
DW.
Well, we look forward to your
Yeah.
detailed report
Oh, yeah.
next month.
Oh, it'll be long.
No,
next month,
no,
will be.
no rest for the wicked on that one. So they talked about the public safety move. So the timeline is we've got furniture being delivered Friday
Yeah.
that they're gonna stage in the rooms where it goes. They're gonna start putting it together on Monday and Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday. we are gonna bring the building to life, I like to say, is when we move the heart over there. So dispatches we're starting at 3 a.m. on the 31st. And we're gonna go until it's done. Hopefully we'll have that done by midday and everything back up and running. And then we're just gonna start moving boxes and things like that. The most critical piece, that's gonna be left in the building is gonna be evidence. We need to keep that climate controlled. We're getting some evidence shelving that's being installed that same time, so as soon as that installation is done, then we're gonna bring the evidence over and we'll vacate those buildings as soon as we can get out of there and get rid of them.
Yeah.
Watch him wave to them by.
Yeah, I think we need a ceremony.
Oh, Brett Boyer wants to hang up a Spirit Halloween sign on the outside of the building before we do it.
Yeah,
If it shows up, it shows up. I wouldn't be surprised.
You'll be like, okay.
So 8 years, right?
Yes, sir.
We got those in,
We
we got those in.
We got the main building in December of
9
17.
years, but I
We
didn't know that.
we
they
took
were in that
delivery of the
building.
jail no, we got it in February, but we brought it 100% online the day of spring break, that March.
Oh,
So we've been in there 8+
Yes, sir.
8 years.
Golly.
Yeah. And for them room swept, there's not many tiles left in there to sweep, so I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Somebody need to throw.
All out of jail.
Well, kudos again. Hopefully you get some rest this week,
This place.
maybe,
Yes.
before you move.
Yeah.
Okay, item 10, city council comments and items for future consideration. I did want to note that next month, Dave and I have arranged for the city of Corpus to come over and make a presentation regarding water. They've been given some kind of community regional updates to us, and we, at our meeting went to recently, they offered that they would do the kind of town hall presentation, if you will. So we asked them to come on our meeting in April. So they're going to be here and give a really good update, which I think would be good for all the community to come to and see.
Yeah.
Is there anything that a city is allowed to do on the short-term rentals? Because are they allowed to, can the water district, I guess this is a water district question. Are they allowed to like cap off all those things?
My guess would be no.
Okay.
No, I don't think you can pick and choose.
I just,
That would be my guess. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know for certain. That's probably a
Okay.
Scott Mack question that
Yeah, that,
he would have to go to Corpus over, but like you're saying, if they go into curtailment. But we don't need to get in
Okay.
this.
yeah,
discussion.
not in
I
this
don't
time,
know.
yeah.
not if,
This won't, but that will not be anything, that will not be in the presentation. They're going to give a update to what they're doing to improve the water situation.
They get pretty good updates.
Any other things that y'all want to add to the agenda or anything to consider in the future? I do think also one of the things I'd like for us to look at, in light of the discussion and the comments that people have made about those lights, is to maybe have, and I've had some discussions with Todd Hunter about it, but really get back into looking at the progression of perhaps installing lights or having them at least during big holiday times, chief, if that's helpful. And that's up for you guys to decide, but
or street lights
you know,
on those corners,
That's been on our,
because that's dark.
Yeah.
The lights are
we
off.
put that in our budget a
Goals
couple of
workshop.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all find the lights helpful or harmful when y'all were,
The red lights.
We could get around pretty good with them.
okay?
Yeah.
Because sometimes
Yeah,
it
that
back
can get
traffic
some-
up, but
Yeah, I mean, it was. People.
that,
It's gonna be bad.
that happens with or without the light. Yeah.
We're gonna get around.
And did you find the access road helpful too?
Yeah.
Did you use it a lot? Okay.
Well, and the thing about the lights is even if the lights aren't there, there's gonna be traffic backup because we're gonna have somebody standing in that intersection manually controlling.
True.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, the safety issue is having the lights there. That's what.
Yeah.
I
makes
think
it
it's a
felt like,
good
You
idea
don't
to
have to
have
put a cop or a fire.
Yeah, I like the idea of putting
And
them
I don't
there
mind
busy time.
25 mile an hour either all the way.
well, we can, that's, I just think we should
Okay.
probably add that to
Yeah.
the next agenda item to have
Okay.
discussion on.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good thing.
Okay, anything else? Okay, adjourn,
Right.
8:30.
Lunch.
found the lights worked better than